Alright, welcome back to another video. As you can see, I don't have in my armor and stuff. I died last world, so we're just restarting. Because it doesn't really matter what world it is. The whole point of the videos is just supposed to be me talking about certain things that I think are fun to talk about, and I think need to be and they don't need to be talked about more. It's just me talking because I like to do it. But that's really it. So roll the intro real quick. Right, new world. So I'm sad about the last world. That's because it was doing pretty good in that world, and then literally the only reason I died was because I was getting attacked by a baby zombie. I just didn't notice that I was getting attacked by a baby zombie, and that was it. And I just died, and I didn't realize I was low, so I just died. But we'll just reset it. We'll just reset it, and I obviously can't get back a hardcore world. But this is the last episode. Before I go and do another series, because I think I'm gonna go do one with my bro to make this a little bit more fun because I think talking by myself it's fun, but I think if I have uh my bro with me, I think it might be able to help to like kind of make it feel more open to other point of views and other type of ideas. I'll have him be in the next video, but I'm just gonna post this real quick just to make up for the time while while I wait for him to be able to play. But I think the topic I'd like to really talk about. Well, I guess there really is no topic, but I was thinking about something pretty recently. Not recently, literally like I think yesterday I kind of had this thought, and it was more so about the fact of like how much I how much I think I'm grateful, but I realized that maybe at the end of the day I'm not my actions aren't showing it. And I think especially when I think about how like if I feel it some way, that's good, but I don't think that's enough, especially when I believe the Lord said something. Jesus said that. No, I think it was Paul talked about how like obviously actions can't save you, but when you have like when you're close to God and stuff, you'll have the fruits, which in a sense are the actions, the things that cause you mm, to in a sense do those things. Uh, and so I think that's a major part of like having a type of mindset is you've got to be able to back it up with the actions. So I never really thought about it too much like that, but when yesterday it was the last day of school and I was it was it was basically it, and I had left class and I'd gotten home. I was chilling. I went to go take a shower, and while I was in the shower, it kind of hit me. It hit me like right then and there that that's it. The school year is over. Next year, I'm technically finished. Next year will be my deciding factor if I end up being able to go to college. And that's kind of dark in a sense to think about, but it's the truth. If I don't do good next year, I won't get into college, and that doesn't mean I'm necessarily too would be too sad about that. I think it'd make me definitely like sad, but I think at the end of the day, it's really all just following God's path. So if it isn't for me, if college isn't something I'm supposed to go to, it's just not something I'm supposed to go to. But it 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 kind of dawned it on me on that fact. But I was able, but I thought that at the moment that like I don't really care because it's not my not necessarily my choice, and I try to have the stoic mindset that like if something's not in my control, I just can't. There's nothing I can do about it, so just leave it. But it but I think what really made me sad was that like I was saying goodbye to to the teachers, um, and I like yeah I'll see them next year, but then that realization that after next year I will never talk to them ever again, most likely. Maybe I'll see them in a store, something like that, but we'll both move on to different chapters in our lives. And I might, and well, they'll remain in somewhat the same chapter, being a teacher most likely, but I'll move on to a different chapter in my life. Maybe go live somewhere. I just won't stay at school, obviously, because I'll graduate. And it kind of made me realize how like I wasn't really actually acting grateful because I wasn't being grateful for the fact that I have those teachers because uh the past few years I had gotten used to kind of like my teachers were kind of all, in my opinion, not good teachers. They did too much. They gave so much work and they didn't know how to teach and stuff like that. And I had these two teachers this year who to me were personally my two favorite teachers, and they were just they're just the best because one of them he was he was like the most chill teacher I've ever had. He would constantly be joking around with us. He didn't treat us like we were necessarily just students. He like basically made us feel comfortable by being somewhat being kind of a friend and kind of like a father figure. And he has kids, so I think he understands where that's coming from. That like how to like act and stuff because oh what because he's a father. But it was kind of sad when yesterday I went to go turn in my last piece of paper and made me really like sad after leaving that class because like I will only see them to next year. Like this, like right now, it's not as bad because like yeah, I'll see them next year, but it kind of hurts thinking about the fact that after next year, I will, like I said, never see them again, most likely. And I think I need to like make a change to kind of be more grateful for those things for the people around me. I think I am grateful and I try to act like it, but I think I just struggle because I don't have I struggle with like not knowing what to say and stuff like that. I just kind of just don't talk to people, and I think sometimes I think that people might not like me because I don't talk, because I'm completely silent and I don't talk to people and I don't like really respond sometimes. Sometimes somebody will tell me something and I'll just, because I don't know what to say, I'll just not answer. And yeah, that kind of seems like something seems kind of mean, and in a sense it is, but because I just don't know what to say, and I think a lot of the people who are around me currently understand that, and I'm so grateful that they understand that because a lot of the people I have currently in my life, they kind of realize that I sometimes just won't answer because I don't know. Maybe they don't know the fact that I don't know what to say, but they know I just won't answer sometimes, and they're completely fine with it. And that low key, well, that doesn't low key that makes me happy because I'm trying to do better. They understand that I'm still gonna make mistakes and I'm still gonna sometimes not respond and stuff like that. And I think it's a major part of growing is that you've got to have the people around you who will support you with your growth, but will also understand and realize when like you make a mistake where you still have those same habits, and they'll reassure you that it's fine and just to keep moving forward. I think that's a major part of having the people around you, and I think you've got to be grateful for those type of people. If you don't have those types of friends, I think it's something you've got to change and make friends like those, because realistically, I also sometimes say, "Oh man, like the people around me don't dictate who I am and stuff like that. I don't let the people around me influence me." But the truth is I am completely influenced by the people around me. There is no chance I am not influenced by the people around me, because majority of the time when I think when like because I have this tendency to like with my friends I'll start copying their mannerisms and stuff like that, and I'll say something that they say, or I'll do something that they typically do that I find either like funny or something like that, and I'll end up copying it. And so it makes me realize how much I am genuinely influenced by my friends. And I think sometimes we don't realize how much, because it's kind of we don't want to think. We really don't want to think about how much we're being influenced and stuff like that. So I think it's something you've got to come to terms with, is that the people around you are very much going to change, are very much going to influence the things around you. I think yeah, we'll have our own free thoughts, because obviously just because of the people around us, we that doesn't mean we won't have like certain our own free thoughts, and we can separate ourselves and make our own thoughts. But I think you've got to be able to have those friends who are supportive and have people who you can be grateful for. I think that's a major part of life, is you've got to find the right people, and you've also got to be grateful for those people when you find them. Sorry about that, guys. You didn't see that, but it was I went to go take a wee. But kind of back to what I was saying before, I think it kind of hit me that, and I think something I need to do more to really show I'm grateful is be more open to people. Something else I realized yesterday, with it being the last day, I was talking to a friend, and I realized that I might have been trying to give off this persona of like I'm different and stuff like that, and it made me realize how much of like what I say could influence. Like I don't think they had that type of thinking behind me, but I said some stuff that like made me realize I kind of sounded like I was trying to be different. Like I was they were basically saying that they were they were gonna miss the people, and I was saying that I'm not gonna miss the people. I'm gonna miss the my like teachers and stuff and the classes. I realized that kind of made me sound different, because I was gonna miss somewhat the people. Like I didn't care too much, but I realized I was gonna in a sense miss the people, which were specifically my teachers. And I was gonna miss some friends, because I won't see them over the summer, because some of my friends just don't like. One of my best friends at school, love that guy, but he just never goes out. But forgetting about that, basically it made me feel like I accidentally acted like I was trying to pretend like I was different. When the truth is I'm not, because I still do miss the people, but I'm not. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna miss the school, because uh, I like school. I'm gonna miss school. I'm gonna miss my classes, because I love learning. But I think me saying that seemed kind of like a like a bad person. It made me kind of feel sad, but I didn't really say anything because I only thought about this like after I had left class, and unable to talk to I'm unable to talk to her or them to be specific. Um, and so it just kind of sucks, but I doubt they'll even remember that conversation. And I think that's something I've got to also change about myself is I remember a lot of conversations where I messed up and like I don't care what other people think about me, but I care what I think about me. I care when I'm doing something and I mess up and I'm like, dang, bro, I think I'm being something. That's me thinking about what I'm being basically. And I think that's necessarily something that's good because in moments I'll realize, ooh, I was being kind of a bad person here. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think just something I need to change to stop focusing on how much I feel, how much I think about myself. But obviously that's a major thing. You've got to like have good thoughts about yourself and I have those, but I'll just every once in a while remember back to a conversation I had and just completely feel like, oh my God, I was being stupid. I was doing something stupid. I was saying something stupid. I was just being stupid overall. And those are bad thoughts. I think everybody will all have those, but I think I need to simply just try to deal with them better. Because when I do have those, I'll like think about it for a few hours just to think about, not necessarily in a bad way, like, oh, dang, I'm really stupid. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. And this and this and that. Be like, stupid, stupid, stupid. I I'll just think about it and think about what I should do if I get into the same situation, stuff like that. So I think that's a good thing about it, but I think I also need to sometimes not think too much about it. Just be like, "Oh yeah, this happened." And then just kind of move on. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, bro. It's like I want to go more in depth, but I'm not exactly. I think in a sense I struggle with like trying to put my thoughts into words. Like I think that's why I also struggle with the fact I don't know what to say is because I can't just don't know what to say. I don't know how to like put a lot of the things I think into words. It's just kind of like I think this, and obviously I'm thinking in my head with words, but like hard to try to like manifest what I'm kind of thinking about. I don't I don't know, man. It's just like it's weird. I don't know what to really think about it, but it's just how I am. So, and it's something I want to change hopefully in the future if I can. Sometimes maybe you can't change something about yourself, and I think that's normal. I think that's the normal part of life. Some things you just can't change. It doesn't mean you shouldn't let it hold you back. Unless something bad, like you can't use that same logic with like, oh, I can't change the fact that I'm mean to people. Well, you can change that. But I think there are certain things where like you think you could change it, but the truth is that's a natural part of you. You completely forgot what I was talking about, so I think I'll just move on to something else. Ooh, ooh! I think I just found the base, guys. I'm definitely gonna live over here. There's a cave nearby. There's gonna be powdered snow. Why is it glowing like that? I just realized that. Why are the soccer things are literally making it glow? It's cool, but like I just don't think that makes any sense. That's all powered snow. This place looks cool, but there's no village and I can't make beds right now. And it's dangerous. I'm not trying to die. I'll go that way. Whoa. Minecraft terrain is just so cool, man. If they'll ever do an update, you ever think they're gonna do an update where like completely change the way the world generates? I feel like that'd be I think it's good right now, but I think maybe in the future they could add something like that where it changes the world's generation. That'd be so cool. I wanna know, something that sucks. Yeah, let's just talk about something. I'm not trying to keep it all. Ooh, pillager. I'm not trying to keep it silence here, cause you get. I'm most likely just cut all that silence. But thing is with making videos, making content. I'm just doing this because I enjoy it, and I'm not really trying to look for get views or anything like that. Kind of record some conversations I have with myself. You know what I'm saying? Just do it because this is fun. I just enjoy this so much. But um, it sometimes sucks because I do kind of want to see people see my content and stuff like that because because I enjoy this and I like to see have other people see me enjoy it and like watch a full way of a video all the way through. I don't think maybe not all the way through because obviously my content's kind of in the works right now. I'm still trying to get better, still trying to understand things, so it just kind of sucks. Um, but I think it's kind of annoying. When I go to check my analytics and stuff like that, and like nobody's watching it. Like yeah, I've got some friends who who say they'll watch it, but they never do, and obviously it's just because they're trying to make me feel better. Um, that's fine. I don't really care. They don't have the obligation to watch it, so because they told me that, like it's just cool hearing them say that, and it does make me feel better, but they don't have the moral obligation to watch it. It's me doing whatever, so they don't have to watch it, but it's fun when they say that. It does kind of suck when you're kind of like talking and you're hoping that other people will see this and then like listen to you just rant obviously, but I don't a lot of the times thing is that like I will most likely this will most likely not reach a lot of people because the thing is with this type of content where I'm just talking and ranting, um it's not the type of content that gets popular because when you think of what gets popular, like yeah, I'm kind of doing this for a niche, which is like the niche that of people who like watching somebody play something and just rant or something like that. Um, but still in that niche, it's not that big of it's not popular because a lot of the people who watch this niche, it's mainly people who want to see a personality and like, so I don't think that my niche will most likely ever really get popular. Yo, can this guy move? Well, not my niche. I mean, like these videos, but I think that's fine. I don't really care. I'm just doing it. Like I said, I'm just doing this for the fun of it. And record it because maybe in the future I'll look back on these and I'll laugh and stuff and think about and make myself think. You know, I think that's about life. That's a lot major part of life is you've got to be able to look back, laugh, think about how things were back then and stuff like that. Like, don't stay stuck in the past. I think that's a lot of major problem of that's like a pandemic of our generation because you constantly see people posting about like things in the past, and I think so much of our generation wants to stay in the past, but I think that's because we're still all, a lot of of my of Gen Z is like young people who miss not having to do anything. I think a lot of people will feel that sentiment, but I think it's really, really stupid to kind of feel that way because you've got to be moving on and you can't just stay stuck in the past. I think find to like have those moments where you look back and you're like you laugh, you think about something, maybe you're like, oh man, that was a little bit stupid and stuff like that. Don't constantly be like, damn bro, I was really, really stupid. I was doing some stupid stuff. You were being a kid back then. You just can't blame yourself for, unless you like murdered somebody. That's like that's next level. But like the average thing where like you went and did something that was stupid, but you were just a kid. What? You were just a kid, so it kind of doesn't hit the same. It doesn't isn't meant to make you feel stupid. You were just kind of a little kid at the time, or still trying to understand things around you. That looks beautiful as hell. But I think that's like a major problem. We've got to, a lot of people have to come to terms with is that you're not gonna be able to go back in time and live that past life. You've got to grow and do better with the things and strive for the things you have right now. Every moment is fleeting. Every moment is going by. That's not meant to make you kind of sad. It's not meant to be sad. I think sometimes you get sad when you think about like how a second just passed, you just lost. Like sometimes we say we wasted a moment of our lives, and I don't think there's necessarily an actual like waste. I don't think that actually exists. I don't think you can genuinely waste. You can end your time doing something that maybe you didn't enjoy and stuff like that, but it's not in a sense a waste. It was just like it's an experience. You because I think you experienced something. You maybe it wasn't something you enjoyed. I think the only thing that could genuinely be a waste is like doing something that quite literally you learn nothing from, you don't gain anything from, you don't doesn't better you in any way. That is most likely a waste. But I think that's such a hard thing to do, like almost impossible, because like everything you do will most likely teach you something. So I don't think that's generally possible. At least that's what I think. But don't take my word for it. I think that depends on it, everybody's opinions. That's just how I feel about like time. Like you can't waste it. Like well, you like I said, well yeah, you can waste it. Let me not just contradict myself there, but you can waste it, just not you just don't waste it as much as you think you do. Like maybe like when I like doing chores, I think sometimes we like dang bro, this is just a waste of my time and stuff like that. And you won't, I've said that so many times, I've done a chore and then just be like, bro, that was just a waste of my time. Or I've helped my dad, but I think thing is like helping out my dad and stuff, I gained something from that. I gained time with my dad. I gained experience. I learned how to do something new typically. I think maybe if I didn't learn something new and I was just doing it for myself and genuinely gained nothing, then yeah, it's a waste. But I think if you're doing something with somebody, you're not actually gonna get anything out of it. I think it isn't still a waste of time because you bonded with somebody. If you did it with somebody, if you did something completely by yourself, nothing to gain from it, nothing to learn from it, nothing, like absolutely nothing of value comes out of it, then that's a waste. But I don't. To me, that seems almost impossible to actually just gain nothing from it from doing something. I think there's always something to gain and there's always something to lose. In this case, since that's literally what we're talking about, the lose would be your time. But I don't think you could actually like waste it. Like you'll lose that time. You'll lose those minutes because every single minute I'm talking to you right now, that's a moment that's passed by. Just make this easier on myself. All right, but that's I think I'm gonna end the video here. Did a lot of exploring, did a lot of talking. I think I'll cut this into two videos. No, I think I'll just do one major video ranting. But not much I gained from this. I just talking about this, but all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Which might be Sunday. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, and videos might not come out as much as possible, as much as summer's now here, and I gotta work. You know, you gotta get that bread. Gotta get that bread. Get a lot of that bread because I kind of want to buy stuff. But yeah, see ya.